Okay, we have now done 1 mile, as you can see there, so I'm gonna do an F prime. Mile 2, B prime. Mile 3, RW prime. Mile 4, BW prime. Mile 5, U. Mile 6, BW prime, and the white center is complete. Mile 7, L prime. Mile 8, U. Mile 9, FW. Mile 10, U2. Mile 11, FW prime, first 2 centers complete. Mile 12, UW. Mile 13, L prime. Mile 14, UW prime. Mile 15, L. Mile 16, UW2. Mile 17, D prime. Mile 18, R2. Mile 19, D2. Mile 20, F prime. First 3 cross edges complete. Mile 21, B prime. Mile 22, D. Mile 23, L. Mile 24, UW prime. Mile 25, L2. 26.2, first marathon of the day with a UW2. 27, D2. Mile 28, R prime. Mile 29, B. Mile 30, U. Mile 31, B prime. Mile 32, UW prime. Mile 33, R. Mile 34, let's do a D2 to finish off the centers and the cross. Mile 35, UW prime. Mile 36, U prime. Mile 37, R prime. Mile 38, U. Right turn ahead. Mile 39, R. Mile 40, F prime. Mile 41, U2. Mile 42, F2. Mile 43, U prime. Mile 44, F prime. Mile 45, UW, and we got a whole bunch of edges solved. Mile 46, L prime. Mile 47, U. For mile 48, I'm gonna do an L to celebrate my new furthest distance traveled on foot. Also, it looks like it's about to get really dark. Mile 49, R. Mile 50, U prime. Mile 51, R prime. Mile 52, UW prime. Mile 53, R. Mile 54, U. Mile 55, R prime. Mile 56, UW, edges complete, on to 3x3. Mile 57, R. Mile 58, U2. Mile 59, R2. Mile 60, F. Mile 61, R. Mile 62, F prime. First F2L pair. Mile 63, B. Mile 64, U. Mile 65, B prime. Mile 66, U2. Mile 67, B. Mile 68, U prime. Mile 69, let's do a B prime to get that second F2L pair. Mile 70, U prime. Mile 71, B prime. Mile 72, U prime. Mile 73, B, and that's our third F2L pair. Mile 74, F. Mile 75, U prime. Mile 76, F prime. Mile 77, U prime. Mile 78, F. Mile 79, U2. Mile 80, F2. Mile 81, L. Mile 82, F. Mile 83, I'm gonna do an L prime to finish off F2L, and it looks like the night is slowly coming to a close. Mile 84, B prime. Mile 85, R2. Mile 86, F. Mile 87, R. Mile 88, F prime. Mile 89, R. Mile 90, let's do a B to finish off OLL. Looks like we have an A perm there, and that marks about 24 hours since the start of the race. Mile 91, U. Mile 92, B prime. Mile 93, R. Mile 94, B prime. Mile 95, L2. Mile 96, B. Accidental rotation. Mile 97, L prime. Mile 98, B prime. Mile 99, R2. And for mile 100, it's finally time to do our 100th turn, a B2. And the 4x4 is solved. Now, unfortunately, someone decided to make the race just slightly longer than 100 miles, so we still have some amount of distance left till the finish line.